Hello everyone, this is Mike Gutierrez, the retired farmer. And we're here in Cusco, Peru.
All right.
The city of Cusco in between the mountains.
I'll get one close. Okay.
In here you can see evidence of sharp edges. Those rocks had to be cut. They're not gonna find so many that had to be able to make sharp edges like that. Straight lines. Here in the corner, these had to be shaped. We're not gonna find so many that can fit exactly where they need them. So even though this is rough architecture, you can still see that they worked the stone. And in here, they made some kind of a wash basin, I guess. That's where the water came through. And then there was a hole there. I'm sure the water kept going down that way. And here are the terraces again. There was a whole town built up there in the back. And if you look, you see those holes in the side of the mountain back there, supposedly where they buried their people. And since they buried them where all the gold, once the Spanish people that all they wanted was gold found out, they started raiding the places where they were buried to take all the gold. And they're saying that over there is where the king lived, this area. I don't believe it. I don't see the king working the fields. When you have lodging close to the working, where you do all the work on the fields, it would have to be for the workers, not for the king. The king would have been living someplace, first of all, more secure, less accessible, and farther away from the peasants that work the fields. That just makes sense. But this is an idyllic place. Reminds me of Switzerland. But to be living here with such a view, that has to have been very peaceful and very sought after. Especially if you have a river down there and you have fertile lands and a lot of water. You have everything you need, and a lot of rocks, because all these mountains are made out of rock, so you have all the building materials that you need. Very, very interesting. So now we are at Pisac, and this is the first thing you see, a little, and you see all these 4 crazy people sitting here. We don't know who they are. And now we're going to walk into the ruins.
Oh yeah.
So this is inside the fortifications. They knew enough to put big rocks so they could continue, pile them on top and covering them with mud. But these were, I don't know what those indentations are for, but they're in every wall. Like in here, would be like to put a rope around it to maybe put a door and secure it. They were probably where they would store their weapons, because this is definitely fortification to try to defend from an attack from the bottom. It had to be. Because if somebody was going to come, we were going to come from over there. This is the only passage to the valley, into all the crops, and to that city up there. Very interesting. If only we had a time machine that we could go back 1,000 years. See what it was back then. And they were not that tall, because this should have been built all the way up to here. And it's in the middle of my chest. So they were probably 4-footers. There were niches everywhere. Probably to put lamps, most likely lamps, burned in the bottom of the rock. They could be seen from miles away. It's like, stay away from my mountain, I'm here. If anybody saw the lights. Those rocks protruding out off the wall, I don't know what they will be for. Unless it will be for like a stepping stone to get up there and sling rocks at the people below. Nos estamos quedando en un monasterio. Look at the mountains. This was built in the 1600s. There's Peter with the big mountains behind him. So we are at 11,500 feet, and we're still not even halfway to the top of those mountains. So there's people everywhere, like ants.
Fueron almacenes. Los incas construyeron almacenes. Todo entonces voy a mostrar en Cusco. Bueno, aquí, ¿no? Incluso hay una experiencia de caminar lugares. Bueno, este era un pueblo.
That big guy with the beard? Everywhere we've been, I've seen that guy. And I still look at today. Yeah, the airport, and yesterday I saw him, and now again today. He's on our same tour. Our same schedule. Matthew, move up.
Este es el camino para Machu Picchu. Hay que pasar por todo esto. Hay un perro petrificado ahí que no se mueve. Mira qué frío tiene el pobre.
un ejemplo de techo, ¿no?
So here we are, the famous Machu Picchu.
Let's go to
Machu Picchu está ubicado en el inicio de la selva, por eso es más verdoso, ¿no? Lo llamamos ceja de selva, rupa rupa, selva.
We are with the clouds on this side.
And there's still more going up. This is in the clouds. And here starts the jungle. And here are the big mountains. So here, these are the terraces. Same like in the other place, they had the little stairs to go from one to the other. And supposedly there were plant crops in between them. There's a lot of land missing here because supposedly it should have come all the way up to the edge, like those up there. The clouds come in and out. Sometimes the mountains are clear, sometimes they're metida dentro de la montaña, de la nube.
Once in a lifetime, you probably never come back.
One example of one rock that had to be cut, like in 7 different directions to make it fit. It was cut there, and then there, then up, then here, then another notch here, and an angle. Incredible.
¿Se ve todavía? Hoy en día no está permitido subir porque es muy pequeño. Antes recibíamos hasta 25.000. Y poco a poco Machu Picchu incluso en 5 años quieren evitar un Perú Rey. Perú Rey se adueñó de todo. Por ejemplo, el hotel que está afuera está rentado por el gobierno. O sea, es del gobierno, lo rentaron mucho tiempo atrás.
No podemos llegar allá porque era por otra ruta y había que haber pagado esto.
No, ese es Perú Rey.
Pero bueno.
Pero ¿qué pasa? Terminó. Ah, no, allá.
Another angle.
Ahí van a ir después del almuerzo. Solamente subir, foto y regresar por el mismo camino. Pura escalera.
This is good, though. The circuito 2 es... Y el circuito 2, el que no vamos a hacer, es una diferencia.
¿Ves la gente amontonada allá, debajo de la casa? Hasta allí. Y de allí baja. Como el pez peruano que está abajo. No lo digo, este está bien, está bien.
Okay, so I made it to Machu Picchu, to the very, very tippy top. And I'm half dead, but I made it.
Yeah, that was a hike.
All the way up, as high as you can go. So whoever came to attack this city first had to cross the river, then climb up, then get to each terrace, climb up the terrace, and then the fortifications of the city. And by that time you're half dead, so you don't even want to conquer anything anymore. But then they're gonna be throwing rocks down at you. So it was pretty, oh, there's a llama eating. This was pretty impenetrable, but the Spaniards found their way to do it. La Plaza de Cusco. This is the same plaza in Cusco from another angle. And here you can see the mountains in the background. You gotta figure out who this guy is. He was probably somebody important. Okay, full 360.
I was actually gonna go breakdance right now. Breakdance. I don't know where we
Aquí es donde está de verdad la ingeniería, la arquitectura, la manera que picaban esas piedras, que nadie sabe. Aquí nadie sabe nada, todo el mundo tiene ideas. Pero sí, de verdad estaban usando las herramientas que ellos dijeron que tenían en aquel tiempo, de piedras más duras y de cobre y esa cosa. Más nunca hubieran podido picar esas piedras así, tan ajustadas que no cabe ni un pelito por entre una y la otra, nada más que puestas ahí sin cemento y sin nada en las rendijas, y después que las ponen no se mueven como un rompecabezas, y lo tratan de convencer a uno de que lo hicieron con herramientas de mano. Y algunos pedruscos estos son gigantescos, que la deben de haber traído sabe de dónde. Y los de abajo deben de ser más grandes que todos los demás porque es el foundation, el cimiento, que deben estar enterrados hasta sabe dónde. Porque eso no está puesto arriba de la tierra.